when I learned that this builder had introduced his 2 new instruments as a pair, I just had to have a look at the other one. Keep watching. Yeah, hello, welcome back. It's GotAUkulele review day with the summary video review to accompany the full written review that you always find linked below these videos. A reminder, GotAUkulele is not a commercial enterprise. I don't get paid by brands to run adverts for them for their products. So if you want to help keep going, you can make donations like these people have done down here. I'm eternally grateful to people who helped keep this site moving. You'll find some links to do that also below the video. And you can also help me out for nothing by hitting subscribe on the YouTube channel. If you hit the bell symbol, you'll get notified of new stuff coming your way. Yeah, okay. Not long since I last looked at this brand, and this was a brand that is very well liked by me. It's always done very well with some crazy design ideas. And the last one I looked at was part of a pair of new instruments that he'd released at a lower price to try and basically they were reboots of his existing instruments, but at a lower price that he could put an offer on and make them more affordable to people. This is the other one, and this is the Bonanza Maverick. And this is in the concert scale, comes in other scales too, but this one's the concert. I like concerts. The Bonanza Maverick, and wow, what a looker, what a looker. I just think racing stripes and all that, this is just wonderful. If you've seen my other Bonanza reviews over the years, you'll understand how Pete makes these things. They're very unconventional. They're clamshell designs where the top is routed out of a block, the back is routed out of a block, put back together, bolts a neck on, and away you go. This one, though, takes inspiration from the original Millennium that he made, which has a through neck design, which we'll come on to in a moment. You know the deal with these. It's like the Millennium, it's like the Renegade. But this one is the more affordable version of the Millennium, called the Maverick. Anyway, comes in a variety of woods. I mean, you can specify what you want with Pete, but this one is mahogany, which is the darker wood, obviously, with aspen for the stripes. And as I say, he creates a block with these woods together, and he does the same on the back, and it all matches up very nicely. And he routes them out as 2 clamshell halves. They come back together. The braces are integral. I'm just looking in the back of that. I can see the light through the aspen. It's incredibly thin routing on the back. Really, really nice. Yeah, and then it's got the integral bracing, which is built into the instrument. Puts them together, you get the clamshell. As I say, through neck design. Come on to that in a moment. Pete's normal walnut through bridge design. I mean, he's really famous for these now, isn't he, with these little star motifs, as his use of corian for the saddle, straight topped in its own little channel. Very tidy indeed. People still ask me, are they difficult to change the strings on? No, you just push the string through there, keep pushing, eventually it coils up and you see it in the sound hole, fish it out, tie a big knot on it or a bead, pull it back, you're done. Okay, the through neck design, the top blocks of wood are put together, but it is all complete. The top and the neck are all one piece. Obviously, I say one piece, you've got the stripes, but this is all continuous with the top. If you can see that there, this is all one piece. So the top of the instrument, top sides of the instrument, neck, all one piece, and then the clamshell is the back, which goes on the back. So of course you then get the continuation of this stripe running all the way through. The neck, I always like Bonanza necks, they're always very comfortable. This is a concert, 38mm at the nut, 30 from G2A, really roomy concert. That's superb for me, really like that too. And because of this through neck design, you get very little heel in the way here, so lots of upper fret access, I like. Walnut again for the fingerboard. I've not seen these position markers for a while. He put them on a 5-string once that I had a look at. Little sort of shooting star designs at 3, 5, 7, 10 and 12, and they kind of wrap around the side to create side dots as well. Very nice. I think Pete was one of the first people I saw do that, actually. They're quite common. I think Flight have done it and people like that, but you know, Pete did it first, I think. He has the frets set into their own little slots in the fingerboard so they don't reach the ends. They look like they do, so there's no need for binding, and you never get any sharp fret ends either. We have 18 of those, joined to the top here at the 14th. Really, really nice fingerboard, really, really nice width. I like that. Corian nut to match the saddle, and then the usual simple headstock by Bonanza, which also has the other side of the wood jointing in the top. And like on the Renegade I looked at recently, he's put De Young planetary tuners on this one. This is a little bit of an extra cost option. You don't have to have those. You can save about $30 by not having them. But why would you? These are great. These are comparable with GotAUPTs. Really, really, really good. There's little gears in there if you don't know what I'm talking about. So they look like friction pegs, but they work like gears. Best of both worlds. Really nice. And it comes with his usual clear fluorocarbon. I think he uses the same fishing line type that I use. And a couple of strap buttons. And in this spec, with those extra tuners on it, this would be $479. But he's also running this $100 off introductory thing at the moment on his instruments. So you can actually pick one of these up from Bonanza now for $379, which is remarkable. $479 is much cheaper than the Millennium, and I think that's what he was trying to do, like he did with the Renegade, which was the cheaper version of the Homestead. So this is a lot less than the Millenniums, because of I don't know exactly what he's done to make it that much cheaper, but they are cheaper, and I've got no query with the price at all. I think it's a remarkable price. Now look, I'm just going to go out on a limb here. For a while I've always thought that the Oreo is my favourite looking Bonanza ukulele. Now it's this. This is the best looking Bonanza I think I've looked at. I just adore this stripe. I mean, why would you not? I mean, you can have it in different woods, but I'd have it like this. This is a very, very nice looking instrument. Like all the Pete's I've ever looked at, and I know, you know, they're luthier builds, so you're going to get some little tooling. They're going to vary from model to model. No issues with this at all. Finished in an open pore semi-gloss, hand-rubbed finish that he does. He's a cabinet maker by trade, so he knows what he's doing when making things and finishing things that are made out of wood. I've got no quibbles at all with the fit and finish on this one. It's just great. I love it. I absolutely love the look of it. And concerts, as I say, a bit of a passion of mine in recent years. I can't get over how light this is. It's really thin, as I say. What is the weight of this? I've just weighed it. Oh, it's 420 grams. 420 grams. Balances perfectly. It's so light. You just don't even know it's there. Incredibly light. Now, what I always say, and I feel like I'm repeating myself when I look at Bonanza instruments, is he builds instruments in a way that you look at and you think, that's not going to work. How is that going to work? And they do. I've never played one that didn't sound great, didn't have great volume, didn't have great sustain. And I don't really know how he does it, because it's so unconventional. Big thick sides, little body on this one, integral bracing, so there's no tensioning going on with that bracing, and a very, very thin front to back body. You'd expect nothing at all. Volume, oh, cool. Just really good. And sustain's pretty good too. It's not as good as tenors and baritones, of course. This is a concert though. A concert, I like concerts to be a bit more staccato. They're like bigger bodied sopranos with a slightly more reach on the neck. But I want them to sound more like a soprano than I do want them to sound like a tenor. Now the Millennium instrument I looked at, which is very, very similar to this, I said, it had a great tone. I said it was a little bit too bright for my ears. I think that was because it was mainly aspen in the body, with the darker woods being used less. But also it was a tenor, and I don't want my tenors to sound too bright. This is a concert, so there's a brightness there as well. It reminds me very much of the Millennium, but it suits the concert scale, I think, much better. It's a lovely tone, jangly, peppy, bouncy, staccato, rhythmical. That's what I want from a concert. Yeah. Maybe I'd like a little bit more sustain, but not much. And the finger pass, that is very pretty. Sorry. How does it do it? I don't know. I really like this. The looks really sold it for me when I opened the box and I first thought it was just like, wow. It's so light. It's so nice to hold. There's so little of it. Great travelling companion, I suspect. And that's a really... very pretty tone, great volume, maybe a little bit more sustain. I'm really nitpicking with that though. That's a great sounding instrument. Bonanza, he's done it again. Bonanza Maverick. This is in concert, $479 usual price, introductory $379. Other scales available, other woods available. You can do engravings, all that kind of stuff. You know all this about Bonanza by now. What a looker. What a looker. Pete, thank you so much for sending this over from the USA for me to have a look at. My favourite one of yours yet. I don't know whether you knew that I was having a bit of a passion for concerts at the moment, but it just ticks my boxes. I think it's absolutely great. Absolutely great. Right. Really enjoyed looking at that. Thank you very much for watching and your support. I've got loads coming up now, really busy. I've got a bit of time off at some point into December, but not a lot. What have I got next week? Oh, it's a beauty. Oh, it's a beauty. Can't wait to show you next week's. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great week ahead. Take care, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.